Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Close to 3 months, I think, since my last update. Possibly 4 months. There's a good reason. It's not due to me being lazy. I was moving house for the last 2 months. Yeah, as part of my dad's work, we had to move house. And yeah, luckily not far. It's only about a half hour. So I'm still in kind of the same area. But yeah, with the pandemic going on, it's not been very easy trying to organise things and get things done. But I'm here, I'm back, we're settled in, so the house is sorted now, and yeah, I've been watching movies every night. It's been great. So yeah, so I'm going to be going through everything I've picked up. I would say there's a lot here. There's probably around 25 titles. There's quite a lot of 4Ks and some Blu-rays that I picked up that are mostly sale titles, if I'm honest. But yeah, so let's just crack into this. Let's get started. So the first one I got, this is the Everything Blue edition. I was going to do a separate video for this one, but again, because of moving house, I just didn't have time. But I'll show it here. And that is the Casino 4K box set. Now this is from Everything Blue, which if you don't know is a UK company which do premium products for movie fans. And yeah, this was one of them. This was, I believe, their latest release. And yeah, I missed out on this when it initially went up for order. But then, was it February? The end of February maybe? They had a restock, which only lasted a couple hours, and I managed to pick this one up. So yeah, I'm so glad I got this. I love the artwork. This does come off, but I'm kind of leaving it. I don't really want to mess with trying to get that off. So, but beautiful, beautiful artwork. You got a bunch of stuff in there. I'll leave a link to an unboxing by Eastwood4life Fan. He did a really good unboxing of this. So I'll leave a link because I kind of don't want to touch this very often. I kind of just want to have it on the shelf in nice condition. So yeah, I'll leave a link to his unboxing in the description because he did a really good one. But yeah, Casino in my top 20. Figured I wanted to have a nice edition of the film on 4K. I think in my last update I did show you I picked up the regular 4K edition, but I wanted to upgrade and get this really nice edition. And yeah, I'm so glad I did. I hope the sun's not affecting this too much. But yeah, so very, very nice. And yeah, the picture quality is great on Casino. They did a really good job. Of course, it's shot on film, isn't it? So there is a pretty big upgrade there. So yeah, definitely worth picking that one up if you haven't already. Next up, these are in no order basically. I just took them off the shelf as I saw them. So here we go. This is the newest release, definitely. We have 1917. This is the Digibook version from HMV. I did have the Steelbook on pre-order from Zavvi. I just wasn't a fan of the artwork. I thought it was very lazy. So I decided to go for the Digibook, which I'm glad I did because it's a very nice edition. And yeah, you get some nice extras on there. I was hoping for quite a big documentary in the making of, but we're only getting like 40 minutes worth. So it's not as good, but yeah, this is a really nice set. Really enjoyed the film. Of course, you know me, I usually say Western's my favourite, but honestly, in the last couple of years, probably war films have been the films I've watched the most out of the two. So I kind of feel inclined to say that war films probably are my favourite genre as of right now. And this was fantastic. I mean, the whole one take thing throughout the film was great. I loved at the start of the film, when you got the two guys in the trenches, it was really, really cool, you know, because everything was moving around them. It wasn't just like they were all just sitting there, so nothing could go wrong. You know, they were actively doing things, and it was just great, and it was really immersive, you know. So yeah, big fan of this film, and nice to have the Digibook version as well. Next up, This one, I actually intended to cancel, but I forgot it was coming out and I forgot to cancel it, but it's the Gladiator Steelbook. Beautiful Steelbook. That's why I initially pre-ordered it. But yeah, right after this was announced, I think the standard edition went on sale for like £10. And I was kind of tempted just to pick up the regular for 10 quid. But being stupid, I forgot to cancel, so it landed at my doorstep. So yeah, and of course, once it came out the box and I saw it in person, I was like, yeah, I'm not cancelling that. I'm not going to return that. So yeah, it's now in the collection. I know they're planning on releasing a Braveheart Steelbook to kind of match it. Again, I already have that on 4K. I didn't have Gladiator on 4K, only Blu-ray, which was the first Blu-ray I ever bought back in 2012. So I might pick up Braveheart to match, but again, I already have that one, and I had the US release, then I sold that and got the UK release, so it means I would have to buy it for a third time. So I'm not sure, but yeah, I got the Gladiator one. I think it's a 3-disc set. I believe it's 2 Blu-rays and a 4K. And it's still sealed, so I haven't watched it on 4K yet, but I hear the transfer is amazing, so I'm looking forward to that. Next up, one of the biggest releases this year in terms of movies, we have Rise of Skywalker. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I know people had issues, but you're always going to have that. I truly loved this. I thought this was great. I loved the story. You know, it was a good adventure because they were in so many different places. You know, it didn't just happen on one planet. They were everywhere. They were in loads of places, which it kept it really interesting, kept it fresh. Got to see more characters, different types of characters, which I like, especially in a sci-fi movie. I like to see different worlds and different species of people and things like that. So this was really good. I really enjoyed this. And it's a beautiful steelbook as well. Yeah, very nice. I've got it in one of those protective cases, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a great ending, so I don't really have any issues. And picture quality was fantastic. It was, I believe, shot digitally. Oh no, this actually, I believe this was shot in film, and it's a native 4K. I know it's a native 4K, but I'm pretty sure it was on film though. I want to say it was, but I'm not sure. But it looks stunning on 4K. So that's the main thing. But yeah, awesome. I'm trying not to talk too much about these because a lot of these you probably have or you've seen, and I've got a lot of titles to show. Next up, Terminator Dark Fate. Now, this was a weird one. I initially had, I believe, the Steelbook on pre-order, and I was intending to get that. And then I saw, I think on a Facebook group, someone had posted saying that this was part of a 2 for 30 deal on pre-order. So I was like, well, there's no point in paying 30 quid for the Steelbook if I can get 2 titles for the same price. And I had a £21 gift card for my birthday in February. I turned 21, so someone gave me a £21 gift card. So I got this for dirt cheap, like dirt cheap, especially because it was in the 2 for 30. You know, if you break it down into 15 quid, then the gift card on top of that, I didn't even pay for this. But yeah, so I cancelled the Steelbook and I picked up on the 2 for 30. I enjoyed it. I kind of felt like it was more of a remake of the first film. But I enjoyed it. It had its moments, but honestly, I preferred Genesis to this. I rewatched Genesis shortly after this. I don't know why I watched it after, but I did, and I do enjoy Genesis more. But this was still fun. It was still fun, and yeah, this is the just the slipcover edition, which I was quite happy with because again, much cheaper than the Steelbook, and I like that cover. So yeah, and it looks beautiful in 4K. Again, another native 4K release. We're getting a lot of those where it's native 4K, so it's really good. And then in the 2 for 30 deal, I also picked up alongside that, I picked up Anna, directed by Luc Besson. Now, I'd seen this somewhere. I can't remember where. Might have been Amazon. I think it was Amazon. I watched this because I love spy movies. I love Atomic Blonde. I love Red Sparrow, both from recent years. And, you know, I'd read somewhere that if you like those, you're going to love this. So I watched it, and you know what? I loved it. It's one of my favorites of 2019. I know not many people really rated it that highly, but I did. The story was really good. I had no idea how it was going to end, and it was awesome. It was awesome. You've got Helen Mirren. She's like the second in command of the KGB, and then you've got Luke Evans as well, and Cecilian Murphy, and Sasha Luss, which I believe is the main character. But yeah, such a good film. If you haven't watched this, please go watch it. It's a great movie. It's on Amazon Prime. And yeah, it looked beautiful in 4K. So yeah, I got that for £15 as well. So to get a brand new day one release and another title was pretty awesome. But the Terminator Steelbook came damaged. So I went onto the chat and they gave me, I think, like £12 back. Which is crazy considering, you know, 2 for 30, then that's £15 each. They've given me £12 back, so I only paid £3 for one of the titles, but then on top of that I had a £21 gift card. So I got both of those for, I don't know exact off the top of my head, but it was peanuts basically. So because they had the £12 gift card from Amazon, I picked up Ford versus Ferrari, Le Mans 66. And again, I had this on order on Steelbook, but again, for £30, I thought, well, it's worth picking up this one, which I think was 25. So getting £12 off that, I was like, that's much, much cheaper than picking up the Steelbook. So I did decide to pick up just the regular, which I don't regret because I've seen the Steelbook and I'm not a big fan of the artwork. I remember, I don't know why, but I specifically remember the hour that this trailer came out, because I think it was on the trending page. And of course, I'm a big Formula 1 fan, so I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And I think it barely had like 10,000 views within the hour, and I watched it, and I was like, this is going to be an Oscar film. This is going to be great. And it was a great movie. It was a great movie. Christian Bale, he could do any role, and he'd be perfect in it, you know? He's one of my favourite actors to watch. And Matt Damon? Yeah, Matt Damon. Perfect job as well. They worked really well together in this film. So yeah, Ford versus Ferrari. So I got that for dirt cheap. I got really lucky the last couple months. Next up, we got Midway from Zavvi. I really like what Lionsgate are doing with their Steelbook releases from Zavvi. They're including like a slip box with alternate artwork, which I really like. They did it for Hellboy, which I also have. They also did it for, cripes, I can't remember now. Rambo. I think they did it for the last Rambo film, which I never bought. But yeah, Midway, again, war film. I was super excited to see this coming out, and it was awesome. I loved it. I thought it was really good. There was only one moment where the special effects looked terrible, and because that was kind of towards the start of the movie, and I thought, oh god, here we go, it's going to be another terrible special effect film. But the effects stood up. They held up on their own fine. It was just that one scene that looked pretty bad. It was the guy who tried to get off the ship and he had to go across to another ship, and then he falls in the fire. Looked so fake. It was unbelievable. But no, I like this, and the transfer was good for 4K. I will admit it was digitally shot, but the director added in film grain, or noise as people call it. I'm not a fan of that. If you want to have a filmic look, film it on film. Don't do digital. I hate when they cross over and do digital, but then they make it look like it's film. I don't like that. If you're going to do digital, keep it digital, you know? So that was my only complaint, but I suppose that's not really the transfer. It's more of what they decided to do to the film. But yeah, other than that, it looked really good. and I'll quickly pull it out just to show you. Quite a nice steelbook. That's the front cover, I think, there. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good time. Definitely give this one a watch. We're slowly getting there. Joker. This is the HMV steelbook. Zavvi. Can't remember. It wasn't Amazon, I know that. I wasn't a fan of the Amazon artwork. I'm sure it was HMV or Zavvi. Yeah, Joker was good. I mean, I honestly wasn't a fan of the first 40 minutes, but after that I was totally hooked. I much preferred the second half of the film. I think the sequel is going to be way better than this film. Unpopular opinion, but I really do think the sequel is going to be a lot better than this. But I did enjoy it. But the first half didn't really connect with me very well. But I really enjoyed the second half once it started going. So yeah, I look forward to the sequel, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do one. Picked up Gemini Man. This is the last of like the newer releases. Picked up Gemini Man, Will Smith. I know a lot of 4K enthusiasts picked this up purely because it was 60 frames per second. I did have an interest in the movie, but also I really wanted to see what that looked like on 4K. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, it's definitely a demo disc to show. And you know, people are saying 60 FPS is going to be the future for film. I kind of hope it isn't. I do prefer the standard, is it 24 frames per second? I like that more for film. For YouTube and for maybe some shows, I wouldn't mind it. But for films, I would rather have 24 frames. But for one-off films here or there, it's really fun. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Of course, it's eye candy for a lot of people on 4K. Because I'm pretty sure the Blu-ray isn't 60 FPS. But I enjoyed this film. You know, I know a lot of people don't really care for it that much, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad they didn't use Jaden Smith for this, because that would have been a prime role for him. I love his music career. I love his music. Sire was a great album, but he's just not a good actor. So, yeah, I'm glad they never chose him for this, because I don't think it would have been very good if it was. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and again, the picture quality was amazing. If you do have a 4K TV, go on YouTube, because there's 4K 60 of this on YouTube. So if you don't want to buy the whole film, but you want to see what it looks like, go on YouTube, because there's loads of clips on YouTube. So yeah, Gemini Man. Then some catalogue titles that I picked up on 4K. I picked up two heavy hitters. The first one I picked up was Inception. I've been waiting for this to go down in price for literally years now, and it's never went down in price. So I bit the bullet and picked up on the 2 for 30 deal from HMV. One of my favourite films, probably my top 20, maybe top 30. Yeah, this is just amazing. I would probably say this is my favourite Nolan film. It's just so good, and the soundtrack is amazing. It's iconic. You know, it's the one film where I actually stay and watch the credits just for the music. But yeah, the transfer is not the greatest. I'm going to say that. There was a good couple shots that looked very soft and weren't as sharp as they should have been. And it was quite noticeable because I only have a 55-inch. I don't have a 65. And I know that mostly they recommend a 65 to really get the full potential out of 4K. But 55, you do notice the difference massively, especially if it's a good disc. Which this was. I mean, the HDR on this was a massive improvement. I mean, it's the selling point of this disc. Because it did have a couple soft spots in there. Maybe that was director's intention, but for me, I would like a clean, sharp image. So, yeah, it was a bit disappointing to see a good couple shots were a bit soft. But other than that, I mean, all the other scenes looked fantastic. So, and the whole snow scene at the end looked fantastic. So, it's definitely worth the upgrade. And then to go along with that, I had to pick up Interstellar, finally. yeah, again, on my wish list for years, waited for a good price, hasn't came, so I just bit the bullet and 2 for 30. And they both came with slips from HMV, so thank you very much. I haven't watched this on 4K yet, it's still sealed. I'm just waiting to be in the mood for this film, because, you know, I don't want to just rush in and watch it and I'm not in the mood. But I love this film. It is fantastic. Again, one of the best of the decade for him. And I hear this is amazing on 4K with the IMAX scenes. So I look forward to it. This one I won on eBay for, I think, £9. Warrior, upgrading from the Blu-ray. Huge UFC fan. Yeah, I love MMA, so of course I love this film. Tom Hardy, badass. And Nick Nolte's great in this. But yeah, you know, I heard that the 4K wasn't much of an upgrade, but I considered it a good upgrade. The dark levels, the black levels were a lot better. There were some very nice sharp shots, especially close-up shots. And yeah, it was a good upgrade for me. I don't regret buying it at all. So yeah, and this is obviously the American edition. No reason, just it was cheap on eBay, so I picked it up. So yeah, Warrior. Try to get through this, because again, most people have seen these films. And then the last for the 4Ks is I picked up The Mule. This was £10 in HMV when they were still open. I hope they come back soon. But yeah, The Mule, I loved it. I loved The Mule. I haven't watched it on 4K yet, but I've seen the movie and I loved it, so I had to get the 4K. And I believe he turned 90 this year, or this week. So that's crazy to say he's still making films and he's 90 years old. So yeah, good on him. One of the best ever. But yeah, The Mule, really awesome. If you haven't watched that, go and watch it, it's good. Alright, then we'll get into the Blu-rays. There's not as much Blu-rays, so we shouldn't be very much longer. The first one's my latest pickup, QT8, the first 8. This was my only Zoom Day purchase of the last one, which was about a week ago. Yeah, I was very disappointed with Zoom Day. There was literally nothing there that I thought was a good deal, other than the Mission Impossible set was £40 for the 4K set, which was pretty good. But I honestly only like the last like 3 movies, so I'm not going to pick up the box set. Anyway, this was £4. And I watched this about 2 weeks ago on Amazon Prime, and I loved it. And at that point, the only film I hadn't seen was Death Proof. So immediately after watching the doc, I went on and I watched Death Proof for the first time. So I've now officially seen all of his directed films. And I love Death Proof. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really enjoyed it. I loved the characters. So, yeah. But yeah, so, you know, I wanted to get this because I knew it was out on Blu-ray. And then literally the week later, it was reduced down to £4 from 15. So I thought, even though I've just watched it, I'm definitely going to pick it up for the collection. I'll pop this alongside my Tarantino box set. Really good doc. They basically just talk about all of his films. They don't really go into his life. It's all about his films, which I like, because sometimes I can't be bothered when they, you know, they go into, oh, he was born in this day, and he was born here, and his mum and dad. I like it when they just go straight into their career, and this did exactly that. So I recommend this quite a bit, actually. It was very good. So yeah, £4. I think on Amazon, it was £4 on Amazon as well, but I think it's up to £7 now. So it's still cheaper than 15, but it's went back up a bit. But yeah, watch it on Prime if you have Amazon. This one is out of print now. It is the Fistful of Dynamite box set from Eureka, Masters of Cinema. I see this going for crazy money on eBay now. I managed to get this literally the day or two it went out of print, and it started going for crazy money. Someone still had it at Buy It Now for £20. So I got a great deal on it, considering the prices now. I don't love this film. It's very different to the trilogy. You know, because of course this is the kind of 4th film in the series. I don't watch it near as often as I do the trilogy, but it is a good watch when I do watch it. But yeah, it comes with a the standard release, which is too hard to get out, so I'm not going to bother. I kind of kept this sealed, and then I just cut down the side. So yeah, but yeah, great transfer. They did a great job, and it's been out on Blu-ray in America for years and years and years, and or no, Germany. Yeah, Germany, because they call it Duck You Sucker on the cover. They've had it for years, and I was always wanting to buy it, and I'm glad I never, because that's a really nice set. And then, funnily enough, here... The next two titles here are quite funny. I was on eBay, and I was searching through things, and I found these two titles, and I looked at the eBay name, and I thought, I know that name. And it was a YouTuber. And I'm not going to say who it was, because I don't know if, they might not want to be named. But it turned out it was them. And I was like, oh, and then, I told them who I was. And we got chatting for a little bit. And they were selling off some of their Blu-rays. And I was like, oh, heck yeah, I'll buy some of them off you. So I picked up two titles from him. I won't say his name just in case he doesn't want to be publicly told. I don't know. Privacy. I picked up Fixed Bayonets and Our Masters of Cinema. I haven't seen this, but I've heard of it, and it seems very good. Again, love my war films, so I decided to pick this one up. Came with a booklet, Blu-ray and DVD. Yeah, Samuel Fuller directed this. I know they brought out a box set for him recently, but this was the only one that I was kind of interested in. So, yep, picked that one up from him. And then I also picked up a German Blu-ray of Yosanna's Raid. And this is the German edition. He gave me a really good deal on both of these. So massive thanks to him. But yeah, I had never seen this one before. I know it's out on DVD in the UK, but not Blu-ray. But yeah, I picked this up from him, and it was a really good film. It's more of an adult Western. It's not a PG. I think it's in the UK. I think it's a 15. It's quite gruesome in parts, from what I remember. It was months ago I watched this now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, because I remember watching it and thinking, wow, this is really not like a PG Western. But it was really good. Really enjoyed that. And it comes in a normal Blu-ray case, but with a slipcover. It's from Explosive Media. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still pick this up fairly cheap on Amazon Germany. I think it's like 11 euros. So it's definitely worth the import. So yeah, awesome to get that from a YouTuber that I watched years ago. It was crazy that I just bumped into his eBay page. So there we go. And then we have another Western, Big Jake. One of the few John Waynes I have not watched. Being my favourite actor, you'd think I had seen this, but it never came down in price on Blu-ray, and if it was on TV, it was cut, because it was like 3 in the afternoon, and obviously this is a 15, so it would have been cut. So I've always waited to get the Blu-ray for a good price. Now I have it, I can watch it. Midsummer. Now I can't remember if I showed this in my last update, but Midsummer. First time I watched this, was not a fan of it. I thought it was overly too long, and honestly, I didn't feel like much happened. It sounds crazy to say that, but I was expecting more. But then I watched it for a second time. I don't know why, but months later, I was dying to watch it for some reason. I just really wanted to watch it. So I picked it up on Blu-ray, and I loved it. I don't know, maybe it was the mood I was in that night, but I fell in love with this film the second time I watched it. It's one of my favorites of the year. It's in my top 10, I believe, of the year. I really like this film a lot. Yeah, way more than Hereditary. I rewatched Hereditary again in October, and I didn't love it as near as much as I did the first time. But Midsummer, I loved it more than the first time. I really, really liked this film. So yeah, I'm tempted to import the 4K of this one. But yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, go watch it. It's a crazy movie. The Blob, HMV had a sale, again, months ago at this point. and they had the Blob for £10. Steve McQueen's first film. He did this, I don't know if it was during Dead or Alive, the TV Western show that he did. I'm not sure if it was after that or if it was in between. But yeah, this kind of brought him to Hollywood on the big screen. And I want to own every Steve McQueen film on Blu-ray. That's my objective. So I had to get this when it was cheap. So yeah, awesome. Brilliant. Then I picked up Joy. HMV had a bunch of Fox titles reduced. Excuse me. They had a bunch of Fox titles down on price. So I picked up Joy, which directed by David O. Russell. Love Silver Linings Playbook. I loved American Hustle. I know for a fact there's more films I've seen from him, but I can't remember the top of my head. But yeah, I've not seen this yet, so I really need to check this one out. So yeah, it's on the top of my queue list. Picked up the Hills of Eyes 2-pack, or 2-movie collection. I had these on DVD, so it was an upgrade. Yeah, not easy films to watch, especially the first film. You know, it's quite an intense watch, but good movies. I mean, it's one of the rare occasions that the remake is actually better than the original, and I think 90% of people would agree. So yeah, to get them both in one set for basically £2 each, I was not complaining at that. And they all have extras as well, and they're on separate discs. So yeah, if you haven't watched these, must watch them. They're crazy films as well. And then lastly, for the update, we have the Wall Street 2 film collection. I had never seen these before, so when it was, again, $3.99, I decided to pick it up and give them a watch. Loved the original. The Oliver Stone film was fantastic. Really, really enjoyed that. Second one was kind of a hard thing to get through. It just wasn't near as good. So it was a shame, but I really, really enjoyed the first film. So I'm keeping it mainly for the first film, not so much the second. But yeah, Wall Street. And that's it, guys. We ploughed through that within half an hour, so that was pretty good timing. But yeah, again, quite a few titles there. Mostly stuff that people have seen before. Mostly mainstream stuff, with a few exceptions. But I hope you enjoyed the update, guys. Now that I'm moved in, hopefully I will get to do more videos. I don't want to go dormant again on the channel. But yeah, leave a comment down below on any of the films I spoke about today. If you've seen any of them, is there any films you think I should check out that's came out recently? I've been watching films. I've been watching films for the last 2 or 3 months, pretty much every single day. If you follow me on Letterboxd, you'll see I've been watching a shit ton of films. Yeah, follow me on Letterboxd because you'll see. And I need to announce I changed my name on Letterboxd. I changed it from an old username to Bluraymadness, so it matches my YouTube channel now. Yeah, so you'll now know me as Bluraymadness on Letterboxd as well. But go follow me on there. I'm quite active on there, and I'll give you a follow back as well. And go and follow me on Instagram. You'll see what I pick up early. You'll see when I upload. Any good deals I see, I post on there. So definitely follow me on there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope everyone stays safe, and hopefully we can all get back to normal soon. And until the next time, guys, stay awesome, stay safe, peace.